Hi guys, Charlie here from GIS 510 to present my final project on Triangle NCDOT Aggregate Suppliers and Competition. The mining industry can be quite competitive, and so I thought it would be interesting to see how GIS and geospatial analytics could help in the aggregate industry. The problem statement that I've come up with deals with competition in the industry, and financial success and sustainability of a quarry is dependent upon its location to its customers and construction zones where materials are needed. I've identified 3 areas for my problem that GIS can help. 1, identify where NCDOT funded projects should likely be arising in the future based on reported conditions. 2, locate existing quarries or stockyards that are the closest to infrastructure in need of repair. And 3rd, identify quarries which are in high competition with competitors based on a spatial relationship. The data that I used for this project comes from the North Carolina Department of Transportation, looking at the pavement condition combined data network master and the PCI rating used to locate future projects. NCDOT aggregate suppliers and Esri detailed counties coming from the U.S. Census Bureau. PCI stands for Pavement Condition Index. This is a standard tool that's used to assess the condition of pavement. For this project, ratings of 25 or less than or equal to 25 rather considered in this project. I started off with detail counties. Next, I selected just the triangle area and created a new feature class. Next, I brought in my NCDOT combined network data set. I clipped it to just the triangle. Next, I selected pavement condition less than or equal to 25 within the triangle. Next, I brought in NCDOT aggregate suppliers. I then selected or intersected aggregate suppliers only within the triangle, followed by creating a 2-mile buffer around the network master data set less than or equal to 25. I then intersected my aggregate suppliers who are within the 2-mile buffer zone. I then created a 1-mile buffer around those aggregate suppliers within the 2-mile buffer zone of the network data set. I then intersected the 1-mile and the 2-mile buffers and finally dissolved those to create a triangle aggregate suppliers and competition layer. My web mapping application looks like of the triangle NCDOT aggregate suppliers and competition. You can see the aggregate suppliers listed here. Areas in red are the locations of aggregate suppliers and competition. If we zoom a little closer, the PCI ratings will show up as well that you can see were used to create this. Clicking on the points will tell us who the aggregate suppliers are, and this is the output of my data. So that's a brief overview of my presentation, folks, and I hope that you found the information useful. Thanks. This is Charlie signing out.